Big updates for you all, my friends. We have a group of Republican congressmen that have put forth a bill that will allow more companies to let their employees add Bitcoin and other crypto to their 401ks. This is a huge update. It's a regulation move, right? Given Fidelity figured out how to do this without a Bitcoin spot ETF. Also, there's big updates around the SEC and their hypocrisy. It's even being highlighted and called out by Stuart Alderoty, who's the Ripple General Counsel. And there's a huge update around the LBRY SEC lawsuit as well. We're going to talk about this and much more. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, earlier today, I uploaded my interview with Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano. It's my second interview with him, and you don't want to miss this, guys. I'm not saying it because I want views, but we talk about everything in the market, like are we in crypto winter, the Terra Luna situation, the SEC Ripple lawsuit, Ethereum, him tweeting at Vitalik to come work at Cardano. We talk about everything. So you don't want to miss it. Link will be in the description. Be sure to check out that interview, my friends. Quick word from our sponsor that is linked to, which allows you to easily do private equity investing. I've often talked about on this channel how VCs and investment firms are double dipping in this crypto asset class. They're buying the tokens, but they're also investing in the companies building the infrastructure. And many folks made a lot of money off of Coinbase. Those who did private equity investing, of course, they made money, right, when Coinbase IPO'd. Well, you have the opportunity to do this if you're an accredited investor. They have crypto companies like BlockFi, Ripple, BitPay, Dapper Labs, Uphold, and much more, guys. So you can check out all the different tech companies that are on here. And I am going to be investing in some of these different companies. I'll let you guys know which ones. I'm putting together my strategy. So a great opportunity, guys. They're democratizing private equity investment, which many times is not available to regular folks. You have to be part of a hedge fund or a VC firm, right? But here's the opportunity to double dip, just like the big players. So be sure to check out link will be in the description. Now, let's talk about 401ks and crypto, my friends. Congressman Tom Emmer, who I've interviewed multiple times on the channel, he tweeted out today, self-directed 401k accounts should be self-directed. Congress will ensure the government cannot prohibit Americans from investing part of their self-directed 401k accounts in Bitcoin or any other assets. Guys, this is big, and it's on the news of Fidelity being able to offer Bitcoin and 401ks. And, we talked about the news when it broke and that I was surprised they were able to do it without a Bitcoin spot ETF, but kudos to them that they're able to do this. And just yesterday, we talked about how Anthony Scaramucci, his respective hedge fund, he's now offering it to his employees that they can add Bitcoin to their 401ks. So Congressman Tom Emmer is supporting Representative Congressman Byron Donalds, and it looks like Coach Tommy Turville, but also a senator, Financial Freedom Act of 2020. Many of you may recall my interview with Congressman Byron Donalds from just about a few months ago. That link will be in the description if you haven't seen the interview. But this is big. And look, it's getting coverage by mainstream media. This is Fox Business. So here's the title. New Republican bill would protect crypto investments in retirement accounts. Cryptocurrency, let me turn this video off. Cryptocurrency has emerged as a major political flashpoint this year. It says here that House Republicans on Friday unveiled a bill that would prevent the Labor Department from restricting investment options available to employees in self-directed retirement accounts and would allow Americans to add cryptocurrency to their 401k plans if they choose to do so. My friends, this is significant. This is coming from members of Congress. It is opening the doors for people to start redirecting their retirement capital to crypto, and included, guys, how things have changed. The paradigm shift continues. I got it in 2016. And, if you told people back then that this was going to happen, they wouldn't believe you, because back then crypto was to many a fad and it was very taboo. Like, don't talk about it. We don't want anything to do with that. Now everybody's scrambling to adopt and integrate crypto. It's amazing what's happening. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more to come. Just imagine when a Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, and obviously it starts with a Bitcoin spot ETF, then it goes to Ethereum and altcoins and baskets of altcoins. So there's more to come, my friends. And this is why I'm so bullish on this asset class long term. So the Financial Freedom Act, introduced by Representative Byron Donalds, Republican out of Florida, serves a rebuttal to the latest political flashpoint, cryptocurrency, and whether Fidelity Investments should be allowed to offer a retirement plan. It looks like Fox Business website just like did something weird. Anyway, should be allowed to offer a retirement plan with Bitcoin later this year. Fidelity announced last month it planned to offer Bitcoin as an investment option in its 401k plans by the middle of the year, eliciting alarm from many Democratic lawmakers, including Elizabeth Warren, of course, right? She's has obviously some conflicts of interest here, because we know she is with Brad Sherman and Gary Gensler and so forth, kissing a lot of the incumbents' ass, and they don't like, the money's leaving their pockets and going to crypto. And of course, Elizabeth Warren is trying to spread FUD wherever she can. So Elizabeth Warren, who expressed concern that the company may be exposing its clients to a risky and speculative gamble, but Republicans have rushed to defend Fidelity, accusing Democrats of governmental overreach and infringing on Americans' free market rights. GOP lawmakers have stressed that the legislation is about financial and investor freedom, not only cryptocurrency. Here is a quote: "In a far-reaching and sweeping endeavor to centralize power in Washington, the Biden administration is now attempting to dictate how the American people invest their hard-earned money," Donald said in a statement. "This administration, as well as any other government entity, lacks the authority to direct the financial future of American investors." It says here, the decision by Fidelity, an investment stalwart that manages about $2.7 trillion in assets, came shortly after the Labor Department warned against such a move, suggesting that if companies opted to invest their employees' contribution plans in digital assets, including Bitcoin, they could be investigated. In the March 10th notice, the DOL Employee Benefits Security Administration said fiduciaries must exercise extreme care before including direct investments in crypto. Fidelity, however, objected to the guidance, writing in an April 12th letter that the DOL failed to provide information on how fiduciaries can fulfill their fiduciary duties in assessing cryptocurrencies. The investment company will allow customers to put 20% of their savings into Bitcoin. Other cryptocurrencies will be likely to be added later. Guys, big things happening. About 23,000 companies use Fidelity for their company's retirement plans. This has me very bullish, my friends. This is so significant. There's a lot of capital here, guys. Obviously, Fidelity manages trillions of dollars. So you can imagine, we're not talking millions or billions. We're talking trillions. So I'm excited. This is a huge on-ramps from a lot of folks and a lot of companies. And we see everybody's moving in the direction of crypto, regardless of the naysayers like Elizabeth Warren and so forth. Now, let's jump ahead here, guys. There's an update that I want to share with you all, and Ripple's Stuart Alderoty weighed in on this. So there's a case that's happening with the SEC, and they took a major hit here, and Stuart Alderoty weighed in on it. He said, and this is Ripple's general counsel, SEC in-house trials declared unconstitutional. Get this, the SEC argued that jury trials are too slow, but then turned around and put the defendant through their private rice mill for 7 years. The hypocrisy is staggering. And this is what we've been talking about on this channel. The SEC is rotten at its core. We're seeing conflicts of interest. We're seeing hypocrisy. We're seeing shady behavior, as Coinbase CEO so eloquently put it. He tweeted out, right? The SEC is acting shady. They've become just this rotten agency, and it's supposed to be an agency of integrity, but they do all kinds of a craziness, and like they're acting like the scammers they're supposed to stop, right? It's unbelievable. And of course, Gary Gensler, who we thought was going to come in and help clean some of this up, given that he understands crypto, he's continuing the same old song and dance here, guys. But we know it's because the SEC is, while they may have the on paper the core value or the mission of protecting consumers, it's not about that. They're protecting the incumbents, the big banks. And we've seen it time and time again, right? Just evidence of the comments that are made by Gensler and others. So I'm glad the SEC is getting exposed. Even Elon Musk is building a case against them. We saw Mark Cuban won a case against them years ago, about over 10 years ago, and he's continued to, call them out. And I believe he's working with an action group which is trying to help clean it, the SEC up, and help keep them accountable to be fair with the public and people they go after. Right. And even we saw that Congressman Tom Emmer, we covered it a couple of days ago, called out Gary Gensler. He's begging the government for more money, yet he just shook down BlockFi for $100 million. Where did the $100 million go? So it's just this black box, and it's rotten at its core. It's unbelievable. It actually makes me very angry because I know my tax dollars are going to this nonsense. And those of you who are in the United States as well, right? This is why I keep saying we got to fight, keep tweeting, keep making content, keep calling your representatives, and much more. Now, LBRY, the folks at LBRY keep calling out the SEC very aggressively. I think they're at the point where they don't care because they know the SEC has been, doing a lot of crap and really being hypocrites to them as well. So LBRY, in a text-only order, the judge in the SEC versus LBRY case has granted the SEC's motion to exceed the page limit and denied LBRY's motion to strike. The order is below. It's not clear yet how/if this will impact the trial schedule. The folks at LBRY tweeted out regarding this, complete bullshit. Not sure why we're having a trial when the SEC doesn't have to follow the rules of the court. That's a good question. All right. But this is the hypocrisy, guys. It's unbelievable what's happening. All right, let's move ahead to the two final news items. It has been revealed that PayPal co-founder David Sachs says, I have a position in Bitcoin. And it's just almost like everybody has a position in Bitcoin and other cryptos. It's just amazing. You're seeing everybody coming out the woodwork, right? Finally, Binance US has been granted a currency transmitter license in Rhode Island. And this is Binance US, by the way. So the expansion continues despite the prices. And I can't, hammer this home enough, guys. These folks are building, they're making investments while they're not making the same revenue and profits they were last year. Things are down, right? For exchanges and everybody, right? Look, even the views I get on these videos have been down because people are not as interested. So if they're not interested, they're not trading, they're not buying and selling and so forth, right? Well, that doesn't matter to these firms and these hedge funds and these VCs and these crypto companies. They're building, they're raising capital, they're expanding, while a lot of retail folks are not paying attention. But if you're here and you understand these things and you understand market cycles and you understand, you buy the low and sell the high. You don't buy the high into euphoria. That's when things are going to start crashing, right? And I hope you guys know that by now. It's not only about crypto, it's also stocks and other markets. Real estate, you got to recognize when markets are in a bubble. Every market goes in a bubble. That doesn't mean anything. What matters is that the underlying technology, the assets, have real world usage and practicality and so forth, right? And we see cryptos getting adopted. We're still early. There's still, a lot of things to be figured out, regulations and so forth. We're on the pathway to growth, and this being the greatest asset class ever, as like I've said many times. Under the umbrella of crypto, you're going to have cryptocurrencies, digital assets, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse, tokenization of every asset, stocks, real estate, and whatever it may be, 24/7 trading, global markets, guys, 24/7. no longer the borders like you had historically with stock markets and other markets as well, and assets, guys. It's amazing what's going to happen, and we're getting there. So we are so early. We have the huge opportunity to make significant return. And if you were with me here since 2017 when I started this channel, and you bought the dips in 2018, 2019, you absolutely made money in the run-ups last year, as long as you diversified. And I've said diversify for a long time, right? So there's absolutely the opportunity to make significant returns, but you got to be patient. Remember, the cycles have to play out. Anyway, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think about this bill from these Republican congressmen. And, I think this is significant. This is huge, like really, really huge, guys. And I think it opens up the door for a lot of capital to come into the market. And Fidelity, we know, is very, very bullish on crypto. Anyway, let me know what you think. Share this video, thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you all later.